what are some of the things that were difficult about that, or things that people should know about scaling a laundromat?
Wow. Yeah, a lot there too.
Yeah.
Geez. Yeah. So, you know, the the hardest thing about it is something that took me a while to figure out. And for those of you that don't know me, I don't claim to be Bill Gates or anything, but I've done a pretty good job of starting with very little and scaling and building a fairly substantial business on a, shoestring budget. And one of the things that I've learned is to make all of your decisions based on a 2 to 3 year out time frame. And so if you do that, including your decision making today, then usually not hyper focused on your profitability today, but you're willing to invest in the future. So, one thing that comes to mind that's probably number one is over hiring, investing in retaining your best talent and investing in bringing on new talent. Because that's not only it's not a science, it's an art. And it's a lot of times you hire somebody, like sometimes you think you know what you got in month two, but you don't. But it's pretty tough to mask a good, bad, or indifferent person on your team over, let's call it a 12 or 18-month period of time. They're usually going to show their true colors, is my point. And so you got to make decisions and plan for that. And that includes, aside from your people, that includes processes and procedures. Are you building scalable businesses that 12 to 18 months out are going to put your team in, are you building a well-oiled machine, or are you triaging your business? So once again, I don't know if I'm answering the question on a small scale, but I would say your people is probably the most important thing. And this is speaking from experience. I mean, I have a pretty labor intensive business. So my people and my management, my training. I mean, if you're Luke Williford, for example, and you got a bunch of, they're not unattended, but he doesn't have a labor intensive business, is my point. I'm not suggesting the people aren't important. And trust me, if he's on here, he's screaming from the mountaintops how important his people is. My point is the more labor intensive business that you have, the more important your team is to your scalability, if that makes sense.